All right. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for letting me do the long extended break. We're just going to jump right in and pick up with the Grant and Marb. What is the meaning of life? No, on their last shift as on watch, as you guys are still benefiting from the comfy, or comfortable or whatever effect from the ladle. So about maybe an hour more left to go.
Oh, I just asked Marb if he was a city bird or a
Mm-hmm.
spirit. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He
I'm
said
just
I
50-50.
was actually just planning to compliment him on how well he'd been scouting for us today. That was really all I was going to plan to do. Anyways.
yeah, thanks to Ball. One thing led to another.
Yeah.
And
As
now
it
we're
tends to be
wondering.
with the group, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Grant was just going to say something like, well, no, either way, you've been excellent. Tracking out here for us in the swamp. You've been amazing in the city. Seem to be comfortable wherever you go.
Uh, yeah, you know, it's all about confidence. You might not be the strongest person in the room, but if you can pretend you are, things usually turn out your way. So it seems like whatever lady luck has been on my side, and just plan to keep having fun until we all eventually die. You know? What about you, Greg? What do you think happens when we die?
I don't know. I think the lawbearer tells us. What does the lawbearer tell us, Adam? I don't know. What is the
Um.
afterlife in this world?
So
Is this
there's
do we resurrect? Is that a thing?
there's various schools of teaching depending on where you're from. The most practiced, I guess you said, or taught, is that when you pass, the essence of you, so your soul, goes on to the unformed maze, which is essentially the Shadowfell, and you once you navigate the maze, you come back. Your soul is recycled and reused into another life. That tends to be the more conventional understanding of what happens.
Is the
Um,
Shadowfell the same as the other plane that we saw, or would we think that it was
no,
similar
Grant, you
to
would
that?
know for sure. Yeah, no, just with your time spent, the Shadowfell is not one that you've experienced. You've experienced what your group has. I believe a rock has specified as the ethereal here between. Similar in nature, but this is more of a the Shadowfell, or sorry, the unformed maze to be a muting, a dull kind of uh, realm or reality where things that are of like living nature, they have their essence essentially slowly sucked out of them and all energy sucked out of them. If it's theorized, like if a living being were to go there, uh, yeah, it's a realm meant for souls and souls to navigate their way back. To
Yeah.
basically, you have a high enough religion now that you have your little amulet. That it's basically like once they've made it through the maze, uh, they've earned to be resurrected or reincarnated, however you want to look at it.
That's how we're taught, at least, right?
Yes.
Would I think that? Let's
Super
say
cool.
I cast what's that spell to preserve bodies? There's a cantrip to preserve bodies or whatever.
Well, no. So
No, yeah.
there's a cantrip to stabilize somebody, but there's a
Oh no,
second
I meant gentle
spell.
repose. So it's like a first level spell or second
Yeah,
level
I
spell.
think it's second.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So if I were to, sorry, this is getting weird, but
Okay.
if a
No.
cleric
I need to
game
know.
were to cast gentle repose on someone who died and
Mhm.
kept his body, and then recasted it again and kept it for like a month or something like that, would he think that he's pulling his soul out of the unseen maze, or is there like a limit if he, is there possible that the person had their soul made it through the maze already, and then the resurrection would fail? Is that a something that people talk
So
about or think
I
about
would
it?
say, based on the description of gentle repose, all right, I just want to look it up real quick, that it's more along the line that it keeps the soul from departing the body,
Okay.
as you don't allow it to leave. Like you basically, lack of a better term, you trap it in, and then
Right.
the fact that the soul is still in there, it keeps the body from starting to wither and decay.
Sure.
I think that would be the more conventional way of looking at it. Of course, other cultures, other teachings will have completely different, uh, ways of looking at death and undeath and recycling of life and all that. But that seems to be the more conventional teaching, especially across Rune. When you look at the lawbearer, is of all amongst the tenets, it is the deity of civilization and order and construction.
Sure.
And then as there is civilization, there is at least some influence of the lawbearer, and that is kind of what is taught.
Okay. So then Grant says to Marb, in the Lawbearer's teaching, especially in Mizia, we're taught that if we have adequately fulfilled our duties in our life, when we pass into the unseen maze, this is like a unseen maze is a like a common term in this in the world, right, Adam?
Yeah, unformed.
Said, unformed. Sorry, if I said unformed maze, people would regularly know what that means. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's basically like
the
saying like going to the underworld.
sure.
Same.
So the lawbearer says that if we fulfill our duties, when we pass into the unformed maze, the routes to resurrection will be more clear, less perilous. We're taught
Wow.
that we recycle our lives.
That's a good thing to believe in. Uh, I personally have never been very spiritual. Uh, it's kind of hard to be when your job is literally taking other people's lives. But
Right.
we're facing some creepy, spooky magic shit, and with what we learned that if we get killed by one of the zombies, or husk or zombies, we turn into them, and saying that of what we learned from the hag sister that killed the hag sister that died became one of them and then killed her sister. It really got me thinking, like, like stuff like that, like what's gonna happen, like if one of us makes a mistake and we end up in that state.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I can, like swallow the whole law bearer uh, credo religion. But if that happens to be true, that's comfort for a worried mind. Thank you for teaching me that.
Hard to say, Marb. I mean, that's what we've been taught, but none of us has ever gone beyond and into the maze and come back. It's been said, like like when Wiggs resurrected Jade, it's quick. She hadn't passed into the maze yet, so and no one has ever passed into the maze and come all the way back. It's not possible. That's why we call it the unseen. We can travel to other planes, but somehow no one has ever pierced into the maze before. We don't even know. So it's possible it doesn't even exist. It's possible there's nothing beyond this. I don't know. Sorry, that may not have been quite as comforting as you wanted to hear.
So some food for thought. But
Never took you
yeah,
for you don't seem like the spiritual type, so I never expected you to want to dive into the philosophical.
yeah, it's just like with those recent findings, just thinking about that, and just this swamp is mega spooky, just keeps me on my nerves. So
Yeah.
I don't even want to think what could happen if one of us would happen to turn into a zombie, but at least like I know or I trust that you guys would finish me off or like put an end to my zombie life, and maybe I'll come back. I can definitely survive any maze out there.
Yes. I doubt there's any maze in any plane that could actually keep you out or trick you, Marb.
I'd like to see the gods tribe. Yeah.
Is
Just
there,
keep me thinking about those things. And I always like to learn from people.
Marb, is there, if something happens, gods forbid, is there someone that you'd want us to contact? Someone you'd want us to find for you?
Uh, no, there's no one like that. Just uh, make sure you find a bar. Uh, whenever y'all come back into town, and just make up an epic tale of however I die. Like multiply however people I brought down times like 5, and make it seem like really badass. That's pretty much it.
I'm sure the two boys can put on a light show of some sort, demonstrating your heroism.
Hell yeah, the epic of Mar. I mean, hopefully I don't die, but
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Same. I'm finally getting to do things again, and it would be a shame to do
oh
nothing.
yeah, I can't even imagine like I forget like seeing you like conjure up your spiritual weapon and being like basically like the tank of the group. It's just like hard to imagine you were at some point not like this. And that's what's wonderful about like life. You just wanna like keep doing like cool things, as many things as you can do until uh
Yeah, yeah. It's given me quite the perspective to, and I want to spend this time properly. I don't know. I don't think the law bearer made me young again. I think he just gave me a chance to finally fulfill some of my duties, whatever they are. So I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity.
sweet. As long as I'm not a zombie, I'll promise to watch
Same.
your back to keep that opportunity going, because that's the only way we will both get out of this creepy swamp alive. So if we all come back together.
Yep.
Our DM is gone for a bit, so
All right, we start fighting.
Sweet.
It's too
And I
emotional.
stab
We gotta
Grant
start
in the
hitting each
back.
other. Smacking you with the hammer.
I knew you were Simon from the beginning.
he did say keep role
That was
playing
all
though.
it
So
has.
if y'all didn't have anything though, we could just everybody wake up.
Yeah, we can all wake up. Wake up. Pull the blankets off of you. Or no. Don't need to be that rough.
I
Knock
wake
on
up
rock
Al
shell.
with his own voice.
So I'll be like, hey Marb,
Al, wake up! This is your conscious.
Marb, did you find that?
What do you want, conscious?
You just pooped yourself while you were asleep, but don't let anyone know.
Damn it,
Like
not
it never
again.
happened. No.
Between me and me, nobody knows.
Nah, it's just part of this disguise stuff that I'm good at now. It's all a disguise. A disguise is a man who pooped
I
himself.
disguise myself. I disguise myself as Dragnar so that Dragnar pushes his pants.
Classic Dragnar.
But no, I just wake up and it's like, it's Marb. So you pooped your pants, huh? What happened?
What? No, I didn't say that. What? Huh?
What?
Wait, what you
It's okay.
What are you
And
doing?
I go back to the fire, like,
what you do? Okay.
So yeah, I'll be like, hey Marb, did you ever find that creepy thing? It was running around.
yeah. That was Hans. Sorry, excuse my pronunciation. That was Hans. Hans was just
Oh, okay.
helping us patrol. Yeah.
Yeah, helping. Okay.
Yeah, you can blame Cal on not letting us know, because yeah, seeing Hans creep around, he moves super fast. It was very unsettling.
He didn't seem to move that fast.
Really, I don't think. I mean, he's pretty tiny. I don't think I could have been able to shoot him.
Yeah.
But believe me, I was ready to light this whole swampy forest on fire. We're not dealing with any more spooky rad hags have eyes everywhere kind of shit. Spooky spiders.
So wait, no spider. It was the Hans
Supposedly.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
mosquito haunts, wands.
Yeah, sneaky bastard. I
Actually,
couldn't see him.
hey Cal, quick question. What is Hans like? Is it part of like what creature did it came from?
It was
Do
a
you know?
cobalt, I think. Obviously, he can't really tell me his story, but yeah, it's a dead cobalt that's hand is still alive.
Ooh.
Ish.
Then how do you communicate with that?
I can just kind of like send thoughts and ideas, and I mean, I've taught him a little sign language, so we can communicate a little bit that way, but nothing like full on like backstory or anything.
We're muted. No, we're not. Hola, boy.
Hola.
You were muted.
You're muted.
I unmuted it with Kitty.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to live with us anymore, apparently. He lives on LA.
He's trying to run away now. He's like, there you go. Alright.
Alright.
Let's get you some.
No.
Uh,
Alright, he'll be back in just a moment. But our sweet little Francesco, he doesn't want to live with us anymore. Every day he tries to run away.